WeBleed.
Yo, what's up, everybody? AK here, if you don't know. Nice to meet you guys. Tonight, we just wanted to do a quick little stream and talk to you guys about a WeBleed eSports Velocidrone Whoop series coming up quite quickly, actually. I know a lot of people have been asking if we were going to be hosting another one soon. They do take a lot of work and effort on the back end to get everything aligned and get going. But yeah, that's the point of the stream, is to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about the season, get you some ideas of when dates are going to be releasing, when tracks are going to release, a little bit about the format. Format changed a lot this season, which is really cool. Sadly, I do not have Jeff Grabowski by my side, Mr. Zotek, but do be on the lookout for more streams coming from Perspective Image on Facebook. Be sure to share this post around, share it to all the Whoop groups if you're a part of them. Get those out there because if you are into whoops and you play Velocidrone, this is something you're going to want to be a part of. So, yeah, just going to be short and sweet here, not too long, maybe take about 15 minutes here to just kind of explain things. But first and foremost, if you've ever competed in any of the esports series that we have done before, which include a couple newbie drone series, as well as one WeBleed series, this will be the second WeBleed series. It's going to be a team race. So it'll be collective teams with a bunch of pilots on them, and they'll be racing every single week. So first and foremost, to start things off easy, if you are a sponsor, if you own a company that you would like to receive representation on during the stream, please feel free to reach out to Jeff Grabowski. He will be your point of contact for sponsorship. Anything that goes in from a sponsor does just go right back out to the pilots, and of course take care of the the backside of things with live streaming, of course, through Perspective Image and our announcers and whatnot. But anyways, guys, this one should be bigger and better. That's always the plan, to try and just make something and create something that's just on a larger scale and much more enjoyable every single time. So what that means is you can't keep doing the same old thing. You got to keep innovating, coming up with better and new ideas. So December 1st is going to be the release date of the tracks, is what we're on pace for. So if you have a Velocidrone, do make sure you have the freestyle pack, because the tracks are going to be, we're going to use all different types of tracks this season. It's not only going to be on Sports Hall. So make sure you get that freestyle pack. I think it's only like $6 or $7 at most. Really not much. You have plenty of time. Again, December 1st, we're going to release the tracks to you guys. There's going to be 3 different tracks that are released, just like the first season of WeBleed. However, here's the difference. There is now 3 different track designers this season to come. It is not just myself creating the tracks, which is nice, because sometimes creating all the tracks can become a little difficult at times. So having 3 guys that are all very good track designers come together is going to be awesome. So the 3 track designers that you are going to be flying tracks on behalf of this season will be: 1, you're going to have Swifty FPV, part of Team WeBleed. You are going to have Smeeland FPV. He is on Team Newbie Drone. And then, of course, myself, AK, will be designing a track as well, which is part of Team WeBleed and part of Team Newbie Drone. So the 3 tracks will get posted on December 1st. They will be leaderboard tracks, and you guys will fly all 3 of them. Just like you did season 1. You're going to set down your 3 best lap time on all 3 of the tracks. We're going to add up all of your points or all of your time together to create a total time that you receive. Last year we did placements. This year we're going to do time. So it could be interesting. You could be overall placement 14 but ending 13 because of time difference. So we're going to add up your times this season. This is going to be a bigger season. We're shooting for 14 teams of 5 pilots, though. So only 5 total pilots on each team, 14 teams. So it's quite a bit, 70 pilots. Based on what we've had tryouts in the past, I think that's achievable. If it's not, that's okay. We are able to do in 2 increments. So if we don't get full 70, it is going to go down to 12 teams. Okay, so we'll have 60 pilots. If we don't, let's say we have 52 pilots, it's going to go down to 10 teams, so top 50 pilots. So let's shoot for 70. Let's try and fill all 14 of those teams. That would be awesome. And it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, we're doing a 9-week series this time around instead of 8. It'll be 9 weeks with a championship. The reason there is 9 weeks is, again, there's 3 different track designers. So you are going to fly 2 tracks by each one of the 3 track designers, or 3 tracks, excuse me. Each track designer will design 3 tracks for the season as well. So again, every week will be different. It's going to be Swifty, Smeelan, AK, Swifty, Smeelan, AK, Swifty, Smeelan, AK, in that order, or maybe something along those lines, but throughout the whole season. So everything will be a little bit different. It's going to be interesting this year. So from qualifying December 1st, again, that's when it releases, until December 31st, the last day of the year, we are going to export leaderboard times. So it gives you guys a full month to set down 3 track, 3 lap times. And at that point, we will have our captains and we will have draft picks the first weekend of January, and that'll be the weekend right before Webtopia. So the top 14 total times from all 3 tracks will be your captains. And I say captains like this, and you'll know why in a moment. They will be your captains. And the other, hopefully we have full pilots, so the other 56 pilots out of the 70, 14 captains, 56 in a pool to draft from. And we go through snake style. We are going to start with the 14th captain first this season. He's going to get first pick down to 13, all the way down to 1, and then starts at 1 and goes back up. Rinse and repeat. We're going to do that 2 times because there's teams of 5, so each captains will have 4 picks, okay, and that'll determine the teams. Now, this is where things get interesting, and we'll release a document on it to explain things, but there's going to be 2 different ways that your team gets awarded points this season. Every single season we've ever done, you only get awarded points by showing up on Sundays, racing, representing your team, getting as many points as you can, maybe making it to relays, winning relays, depending on what format we did. Okay, so the format's not 100% done, so whatever I tell you is 100% set. If there's some sections that miss, like for example, at the end of the weekly race, we don't fully have 100% certain what that's going to happen or not, mainly based on timing, as 14 teams should take longer. And 2, another big factor is we don't have the championship fully figured out as well. But the 2 ways that you can get points: 1, Leaderboard Smash. Tracks are going to drop on Sunday right after a race. Boom. Sunday's over, race just finished, next week's track drops right then and there, okay? You guys have until Saturday, the night before, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the night before the race. We're going to export the leaderboards. We are going to add up all 5 of your pilots on your team, add up all their times together, and now you have a grand total time. We're going to put those in comparison to all other teams. So all 14 teams, all 5 of their pilots added up. Okay, now we're going to take those times and put you in placements, and that's going to get you awarded points. It's going to be called the Leaderboard Smash points that you're going to receive during the week. So that means you need to grind during the week and set down a very good lap time, 3 lap time, to make sure that your team gets points for the Leaderboard Point Smash. That is, every single week points will be awarded, and just as many points that are on the line for actual racing. And the second thing, of course, will be you get points from racing. As of now, I do believe it is 7 heats, so every pilot will fly 7 batteries. Again, we haven't decided if we're going to do a finale thing at the end or just go off of those 7 heats, because again, we do have 14 teams, so it's going to be 2 rounds of 7 pilots. It's going to be quite a bit. Or 2 rounds of 7 teams, back to back, basically. And then, yeah, so you'll get points based on your placement for that week. Again, to be determined on if we'll have a relay or not. One other unique factor of this new format is, in past seasons, we would draft for tiers. And earlier I quoted captains, and here's why I quoted that. So let's say there's a team that, I'm just going to utilize WeBleed pilots. There's a team with AK, OG Dr. Love, Zotex, Swifty, and Tasty. Okay, and those 5 pilots, AK was captain, drafted those 4. Okay, so Now it's Leaderboard Smash time. Let's say OG Dr. Love has the fastest time on the leaderboard for our team when we export leaderboards to Saturday. Let's say I'm in second, Tasty's third, Zotek fourth, Swifty fifth. Hypothetical, okay? That would be the tier that you fly in for that exact week. So because OG Dr. Love was the fastest time on our team, he flies captain spot for that Sunday. I was the second fastest pilot on the leaderboard. Now I'm flying tier 1 for that week. Now a lot of people, you may think immediately, well, that's not fair. He shouldn't fly in tier 1. You're right, he shouldn't. And that's why he would get penalized for the leaderboard point side of things, because that encourages you to fly as fast as you possibly can and set down your best 3-lap time, because a lot of points are on the line for being the top team in the leaderboard smash. Okay, so if you purposely don't fly as fast, you're going to have a slower time on the leaderboard, which means in return, your team's total time is going to be greater than another team's potentially, so you're going to lose out on extra points during the leaderboard smash. Sure, you may do good 1 out of the runs that happen throughout all your pilots, whatever, but it's way better to push as hard as you can, get in the tier you deserve. The cool thing with this feature too is every year we always have a pilot, and it's that starts off whooping right in the beginning of these seasons, and they just barely make the cut, right? And they get drafted into the tier 4, tier 5, and give them a few weeks and they're already up there with everybody else, and they're competing with tier 2s, tier 3s. But they were drafted in tier 5 last season, so they just stayed in tier 5. Okay, so that's one of the bigger issues we're trying to alleviate there, and I think by doing this we'll help that out a lot. So again, you will race either captain tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 every week based on what placement you are on your team on the leaderboard smash for that week. Now, if a team does not have one specific pilot that does not enter the leaderboard smash, they would go into a second category under all the teams that had all 5. They would be their time added up for all their 4. So you really want to make sure all 5 pilots do it. Now, 4 pilots from each team are going to race every week, though. Yes, there is 5 pilots on each team. 4 are going to race every week, though, no matter what. Okay, so those tiers will change. Hold on, I take that back. So if you are the slowest pilot on your team for the leaderboard smash, you will be sitting out that week for racing, which again also encourages you guys to battle it out friendly with your team, but also trying to set down the very best time you can. So 1, you guys can get leaderboard smash points for your team, and 2, you guys will also, sit in the tier that you should sit in, which is kind of the big idea behind this format. So I think it's gonna be really good. It's cool. It's basically just taking the old format, still racing that same way, just opening more teams, which I'm gonna explain another point system about here in just a moment, but also opening up the leaderboard smash aspect of setting down your team's 5-lap times and getting points. So how that's going to work, points go as follow. Let's say leaderboard smashing, 14 teams, right? So top team, they're going to get 14 points. Second place team, 13 points, so on and so forth. Third place team, 12 points. Fourth place team, 11 points. Fifth place team, 10 points. All the way down to the 14th place team getting 1 point for the leaderboard smash. Now, as you guys all know, you can only run 7 pilots in a lobby at a time on Velocidrone, right? So how this is going to work is it's going to be one group A of 7 teams, and group B of 7 teams every week, and they'll shuffle what teams will be in which group. Okay, so every week you're only going to race you're basically only going to race half of the other teams out there. There will be 7 teams that you do not race against. Okay, the reason being time. Again, running 7 heats, 4 pilots, 7 heats, 4 pilots. It's a lot of heats to go through. 7 heats, 4 pilots in each, or four tiers on each team, that are racing each week. You'll get points just on your group. So if you were first in group A, you'll get 14 points. If you were first in group B, you'll get 14 points for the week, okay? Now, this is different though because it's 7 and 7. So if you're team 2 in group A, you get 12 points. If you're team 2 in group B, you get 12 points, okay? It goes down in 2 increments. If you're third place, you'll get 10 points, fourth place 8, fifth place 6, right? Sixth place 2 or 4, and seventh place 2 is how it'll go down from 14, 10, or 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So that's how team or points will be divvied up. Those are your two ways to get points. So for right now, a lot more information will drop. That's about pretty much all I'm going to leave with you guys for right now. That really covers a good basis of the season to come. Two things to know. It will be an entry fee, just like last year. Of course, that does help out build that prize pool for all the pilots. That's the idea of that entry, is to build a prize pool. We'll also figure out how prizes are going to be divvied up before the season launches. So a lot of new information to come, but this is to kind of get the gears moving for you guys. If you want to start competing in the WeBleed Whoop Series online, start flying. We're going to use the B-Brain like we always do, so you have to use the B-Brain to qualify. If you set down a faster time with the Beta 85X or something, can't accept that time. It has to be a B-Brain. So again, just pretty much start grinding, practicing, flying, asking your buddies for tips and tricks if you want to ask for any, or if you feel comfortable and you know you're going to make that top 70, then awesome. Well, I hope you guys join us. It will be a $20 entry fee for the season, which includes 4 weeks of tryouts on 3 different tracks, 9 weeks of actual racing, 1 draft pick week, and of course 1 championship. So it's a lot put together for you guys. And so basically it'd be $100 a team, which is already $1,400 to take care of the 14 teams, which boom, now we have a prize pool. Of course, our goal is to collect sponsors. So as mentioned at the beginning, if you are interested in being a part of the sponsor and representing and backing this event series, whether that was last season you already did, or if you're a new sponsor wanting to now, please do so. Reach out to Jeff Grabowski and he will take care of you for the sponsorship side of things. Perspective Image is going to be doing the live streaming as they are right now. Do expect to maybe hear from me and hopefully Zotek next time. Oh, he'd be on this side. In a couple of weeks, we'll hopefully have all the formats finalized and everything. Hopefully have a couple sponsors locked in as well. And we can, all get ready to start the racing. So set those clocks, December 1st. The track will be, all 3 of the tracks will be released and they will be leaderboarded. You guys have all of December to grind them. And just a little side note, if you're coming to Whooptopia, the track is going to also be released on Velocidrone that same month, December 16th. Whooptopia 2022 track will hit Velocidrone. So with that being said, guys, my name is AK. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to WeBleed FPV. Shout out to Perspective Image. Thank you guys for your time, and I hope to see you a part of the series. So stay tuned. If you're not in the WeBleed Discord, make sure you're in there. All right, guys. Take care.